Hi, my name is Chris Collar, and I'm the Safety and Security Manager for Green Bay Public Schools. I want to welcome you back to the school year and provide you some safety information. Did you know that each school is required to do specific school safety drills every year? Those include fire drills, school security drills, tornado drills, and Alice When Then scenarios. At the beginning of the 23-24 school year, we added a new piece of technology called Centegix Crisis Alert. You may have noticed several different pieces of hardware that have been installed in your building. The Crisis Alert system uses several pieces of technology to make it work. Here you'll see some of the items that will be placed throughout the building. The alert strobes will be placed in hallways, classrooms, and bathrooms to indicate to you when a situation is happening. Locating beacons will be placed outside of the buildings to boost the signal so that if something happens outside the building, people will be made aware. The Crisis Alert system also includes colored strobes. There have been some changes made in these strobes, so I want to go through them and review them with you. Purple is a lockdown intruder alert. Red is secure the building outside situation. Blue is secure the building inside situation. Green is an evacuation, and orange is a tornado warning. Posters should be placed around common areas of your school or in classrooms to show you what the alerts mean if they are activated in your building. In addition to the colored strobes, there will be messages played over the PA system and information and instructions sent to staff computers in the building. In the Green Bay Area Public School District, we utilize the ALICE protocols to enhance the safety and security of our staff and students. What is ALICE and what are the protocols? ALICE was started on Christmas Eve in 2000 when Greg Crane, the founder, saw that his daughter's school was in a lockdown and felt that it was not the right thing to do. Greg felt that there were more options that should be available for students and staff in these types of situations, and he created the ALICE response options. The A stands for alert, the L stands for lockdown, the I stands for inform, the C stands for counter, and the E stands for evacuate. These do not need to be done in any specific order, and you can do any of them at any time you deem necessary. What did schools do prior to the ALICE protocols being developed? In most cases, classrooms would barricade themselves in the room and wait, hoping that the person would not come into their classroom. With the development of the ALICE protocols, now they have a new way of responding to threats, allowing for a development of a dynamic response to each individual threat. In the past, schools often used codes to let them know there was a problem in the building. The problem with that is that not everyone knew what the code meant, and the response was passive. As you see in the photo, in most cases, the students would get down on the floor, cover their heads, and hope that no one would come into their classroom. When should ALICE be enacted? ALICE should be enacted when there is an active shooter or an active threat inside of the school or on school grounds. The A in ALICE stands for alert. Here are some of the things outlined in the protocol for alert. Provide initial awareness of the situation, giving as much information as possible to everyone, including where the threat is and what it may look like, so that they can make the best decision possible for their safety. Utilize any and all available means to get information out. This includes text messages, public address system, internet, district homepage, or social media. Schools can utilize their building security cameras to provide real-time information with the police, and make sure that you use everything in plain language. Do not speak in code to make sure there's no confusion. The L in the ALICE protocol stands for lockdown. Here are some examples of when you might lock down and what you should do. You know where the threat is, but you cannot evacuate safely. You don't know where the threat is, but evacuation could be dangerous. You should barricade and secure your door, move to a safe area within the room, and prepare to evacuate if given the opportunity. When in the room, do not huddle together. Avoid the fatal funnel. This is an area where someone outside of your room can see you through a window. Look for alternative escape routes, i.e. doors and windows. Breaking a window is okay. Do not open the door for anyone. Make sure that anyone that's claiming to be law enforcement can provide credentials before you would open the door. The I in ALICE is for inform. This is where you pass on real-time information of the who, what, where, and how. You can use this information to make a best decision on what action to take. Use clear and direct language using any communication means possible. The PA system, radio, phones. Be flexible because this is a situation that is dynamic and fluid. Utilize building security cameras to provide real-time information if needed. The C in the ALICE protocol stands for counter. This should be used as a last resort to distract the shooter's ability to shoot accurately. You should move towards the exit while throwing objects or adults swarm the shooter. This should be age appropriate and a personal choice. One part of counter can be described using the OODA loop. This is a military tactic used to confuse the opponent. Observe, orient, decide, and act. This disrupts the shooter from getting target identification, sight or picture alignment, good stance, grip, or squeeze of the trigger. The E in the ALICE protocol stands for evacuate. This is the preferred response. You should run from danger when it is safe to do so, using non-traditional exits if necessary. Occupants must have the authority to leave the building, recognizing where the threat is and whether you can leave the building safely. Leave your personal items behind and do not use your car to evacuate. When you are evacuating the building, keep your hands visible for police officers to see, follow the instructions of any officer, do not attempt to move wounded people, call 911 when you are safe, and run to a dedicated rally point. What is a rally point? If a threat has occurred and you evacuated the building, we have established rally points for you to run to. These are designated locations at a safe distance from the school for students to gather after evacuation. All schools have dedicated rally points identified, and during our evacuation drills, students evacuate to the rally points so they know where they are in the event of an emergency. Reunification, what is it? Once students and staff are safe at a rally point, they will be transported to a reunification site. The reunification site is a designated location for students to be reunited with families. The district administration will determine where those sites will be. That information will be shared out to the families affected by email, social media, and other means. How can you keep everyone safe in your school? If you see something, you need to say something. Part of the ALICE protocols are to alert or inform an adult about your concern. Another way you can let someone know that there is a threat or crime is by using an anonymous tip line. Speak Up, Speak Out Wisconsin is an online and anonymous tip line that can be used to report threats of school violence or any general crimes, along with the Green Bay Area Crime Stoppers. Both of these websites have the ability to submit online tips and have apps that are available on your cell phone. Thank you for listening and have a great year.